Hey guys, there's something that's been annoying me quite a bit. I just saw this guy's channel. His channel is he's Steven Shapiro. He has a YouTube channel where he picks up women in like a funny way. And I'm seeing all these comments. If you go down and scroll through the comments in the video, all the guys, there's so many guys saying that was definitely a fake number, this and that. They're saying, she probably gave him her boyfriend's number, but because the women are very easily giving this guy their number. So here's the thing. Most unattractive guys don't realize how easy it is for a good-looking man to get a woman's interest and get her phone number, etc. They have no idea how easy it is. They don't realize how easy it is for that guy to get that girl to trust him, connect with him, want to see him again, date him. When I used to live in my previous residence, there was a very years ago. There was a very good-looking guy, this guy from Canada, very pretty blue eyes, great facial structure, curly hair. Anyways, basically, I would wake up. I was a young guy at the time. I was like in my early 20s. He was maybe like 28, 29. And I woke up one night and there's girls slamming on his door. And they're saying they're literally like really hot girls too, like very attractive girls from Europe. They're slamming on his door saying, they're saying she wants to sleep with you tonight, and they're like have her friend standing there, and I'm like looking through the my door hole, and I'm noticing these beautiful girls that I used to think were like very hard to get, etc. And they're slamming on his door, saying that our friend wants to sleep with you tonight, and their friend was a very, very sexy brunette. And basically, I was just like, I was amazed by that. They're just this like very attractive girls slamming on his door, saying that our friend wants to sleep with you. And then the next day, I saw him walk up to those girls. He went down a story. He walked up to those girls and he told them, "I'm not a whore." And he's like, "Don't do that again. I'm not a whore." He was saying that like he had a lot of dignity. This guy, he's a very cool guy, but he pretty much told those girls off like, "Don't knock on my door again." So if you think about it, and then like shortly after that, he was dating one of the most attractive girls in our university. She was a very attractive girl. He was dating her, and she had this amazing ass, and she was a little bit taller than him too, which is but he had the looks. So he was maybe 6'1", very skinny guy though. He did not look strong or anything. But most guys, they have no idea how easy it is for good-looking men. And they cope, like I had this happen to me. I'm not a Chad, right? But I'm a decent-looking guy. But I have a friend who's about a 4, right? A 4, maybe close to a 5. It's weird though, because like he can get Asian women really well because he's tall and he's white and he has blue eyes. He can get Asian women well, but he's not. If you look at him, he has a horse face, so he's not exactly a good-looking, handsome man, right? So generally speaking, when it comes to American, white girls, I do better because I am, I have better proportions than he does, right? But he's white, and I'm more darkish, so he has a lot more ease with Asian women. That's very obvious. He meets an Asian girl, she gets very excited, and she's making strong eye contact and very, open seeming. So one time we walked by this group of very pretty French girls, and I walked up to this blonde one in the middle. She was probably like 20 years old, maybe 19 to 21. Very attractive, wearing these tight jeans, her ass was popping out, very pretty face, etc. She was probably an 8 or 9, in my opinion. But I walked up to her, I talked to her for a bit, right? And I got her number. And that's a talent of mine. I'm very good at getting phone numbers. It's, most of the time I get girls' phone numbers. I don't always get responses from them, though, but I'm very good at actually getting the number, right? That's one of my things I'm good at. But anyways, I got her number, and afterwards, I'm talking with him, and he's like telling me like, you shouldn't be doing that with girls on the street. You know what I'd do if I saw that happen? I would call the police, harassment. I was like, dude. I was surprised with that, and he was like, that's probably a fake number. There's no way that's a real number. I'm like, all right. And then I go to my WhatsApp, and I look up her contact info on WhatsApp, and there's her face. It's her. So it was not a fake number. And he looked so surprised. He looked so confused. He was like, huh. Like he just couldn't believe it. And, I again, guys, good-looking guys live in a different world. And I think average and unattractive guys, learn it the hard way. They see over time, like, wow, the treatment is so different. Like, I can't even say I get a smile or a hello from this girl, and this guy's like getting her, all over him. So there's a huge difference. And I think a lot of guys, in the comment sections of that Steven Shapiro video, they're coping. They don't like some of them they just can't accept the reality that, they are not as good as they think. A lot of those guys, for instance, they think of themselves as Chad. They think of themselves as Chad. They could be a 4, but they think of themselves as Chad because of, reinforcement from, friends being like, oh, you look great, and parents telling them they look great, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, I'm a Chad. And they go out and they get shitty results with women. They don't get numbers. Girls think they're weird. They don't talk to them, etc. And then they see a guy like Steven Shapiro pick up a woman, and they're like, that was definitely a fake number. Oh, or like they're like, she's never going to respond to him. Let me tell you, when an attractive guy gets a phone number, most of the time, women will respond to him. Okay, I remember, I remember when I used to another time when I used to live in this city. I was in Europe for a little bit, right? And I met this guy in Europe who's apparently like a record like a producer or whatever. I don't know what he was. He was like management for some sort of band that was touring, and he was kind of fat, a little bit on the chubby side, but he was tall. He had blue eyes. He was decent looking, decent facial structure, just a little bit chubby. But at that time, I was incel status. I was fat. I was like short. I wasn't looking good. I was unhealthy. My hair, no style. I was also like in a bad mental state, like depressed. But anyways, I remember I would try to pick up women. It didn't work. I was failing horribly at it, and I was also very insecure, and I'd get anxious around women, etc. But then I trust me, I put in a considerable effort into trying to succeed in that area, right? And it wasn't working for me, and at the time, because I didn't know about looks maxing, I was involved with game, right? What a waste of time. But anyways, I remember I met this guy, and we started talking about women and like where's a good spot to meet ladies, etc. And I was asking him like, well, how are you doing with women here? And I told him like it's really rough for me. I'm not getting any women here. Then he showed me his phone. He was like, it's doing pretty well. And then there's all these beautiful blonde girls like texting this guy, and he was like 6'3" as well, so that's a huge factor. But then there's girls like saying like, hey, beautiful, like texting him like stuff like that, like these gorgeous girls in the Netherlands, very pretty girls. Anyways, that was something that I didn't understand at the time. I was like, why is that happening? And I'm putting in effort, and I was thinking to myself like, this guy's not, he's not a great person. He's a management of like some sort of band, but he's not part of the band. He's not like a, famous guy or anything. Like, why is he getting these results? Like, I'm thinking to myself like, and I'm like this great person. I'm moral. I got a good character. I'm confident. I'm intelligent, etc. I was thinking that to myself. This guy doesn't seem very smart, number one. He doesn't seem like a very solid person either. He doesn't seem very confident, very secure. He's not that good looking. he was better looking than me at the time because he's riding on the fact that he's 6'3" and, decent facial structure. But anyways, yeah, it was always like, it confused me at the time. Yeah, so here's one thing. I don't like this guy, Steven Shapiro, as well, because his channel, he's basically just like rubbing it in guys' faces, like how easy he can get a girl's phone number most of the time. And he's trying to play it off as it's like his game. He's trying to make it seem like that, but it absolutely is not. It is his physical appearance that's getting him the results he's getting. And those girls do like him because of his physical appearance. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you watch that guy's video, ask yourself what would happen if a sub-5 guy, think of any sub-5 guy you know. Ask yourself what would happen if that sub-5 guy did the same exact thing. Because I know what would happen. Number one, there would be no laughter from the girl. She would not laugh. She would not smile. There would be a cold and uncomfortable look. She would try to leave the interaction as quickly as possible. If there is a laugh, it's like one of those like awkward laughs to get out of the situation, But yeah, it's kind of just like he's rubbing in guys' faces, like, this is how easily I can do this. Look at me, and it obviously gives him a ego boost. Some people who don't realize what's really going on find it entertaining. Once guys, realize that he's only getting this treatment because of the way he looks and his height. Once guys realize that, they wouldn't be so happy watching his videos. A lot of those guys are watching his videos thinking, what can I learn here? What can I do to emulate this guy and also get these same results? Yeah, you get these unattractive sub-5 guys watching that, Then other sub-5 guys get jealous and, they're upset and they say, oh, she's not going to message you back. And then, they're basing that off of their own experience. But the world is very different for attractive men. It's very, very different. And I think if you don't realize that early on, you'll have a difficult time with realizations along the way. For instance, I went to nightclubs in the past with my buddy who's a male model. And at the end of the night, he's not very good person to women, especially. He blocks them. He's not very nice to women. He's not exactly a, honest guy either. He sleeps with many. He's in a relationship at the same time and just sleeps with other girls. Anyways, at the end of the night, he gets, I've seen several times girls trying to pull him into a cab. They're trying their best to go home with him. And he tells them, no, I'm with my buddy tonight. But unattractive dudes don't realize that. And when an unattractive guy is in the same situation as me like that, and he's noticing that and he's not getting the same attention from women, he's going to be thinking a lot about his flaws. He's going to be thinking several times, like, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? For me, it's really easy. I just think, okay, this guy's very good looking. It's going to be very easy for him, and he's going to get a girl, and it's completely normal for girls to want to take him home tonight. That I realize that, and it doesn't make me upset. When you understand the truth of what's really occurring, you're not going to be so emotionally, invested and moved by outcomes. Just it's good to keep in mind human beings are a type of animal. Women are definitely a type of animal, and women view men through the filter. They filter men by their appearance. They will determine and they will think of your character through the filter of your looks. That's the truth. Okay, I'm going to leave it with that, and I hope this message goes far, because I'm getting, it will definitely save a lot of heartbreak from guys who don't get good results, and save a lot of their time. They won't end up going to Todd V's dating summit and paying thousands of dollars to dating guru scammers. They'll just understand the truth and move through life with the truth. Now, keep in mind, you always got to put things in perspective. Yes, there's sub 5 people who have a lot of trouble in the West, for sure, everywhere, really. But you got to keep in mind that, there's a child in Syria that just lost, her or his parents and is starving in a, military base with, with a lot of, bloodshed and injury and chaos. You gotta be grateful for what you do have. But you gotta acknowledge that, life is not fair. It's absolutely not fair. The people who think that are, they haven't thought enough and they haven't experienced enough. Life is absolutely not fair. And that's in a good way and in a bad way. Like you grew up in the West, right? Safe country, etc. Blah blah blah. Opulent area. At least you didn't, weren't born in a war zone. South Africa, like where the where there's a lot of turmoil. You should be grateful for that, But you got to keep in mind, people are born with different set of cards, and the best thing you do is try to make the best use of your time here, and try to do your personal best in life. But for some people, I understand it's life is a very painful experience. It's not exactly a experience that has much light at the end of it. But also, then again, you got to keep in mind throughout history, life, for the most part, has always been pretty damn difficult. Life has always been a struggle. There's no point in time where life was easy or, pretty for the vast majority of people. Sure, select few get ton of rewards by default in life, and most people suffer. But throughout time, that has been the case for most of the time on our planet among humans. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. And I hope you guys, leave a comment in those Steven Shapiro videos, just being like, dude, you got to acknowledge the fact that you're attractive and what you're doing is not going to work for unattractive guys. And, you should, because no one's doing that. And what's happening is more and more people are watching the videos and thinking it has something to do with game, and they're going to go down completely the wrong rabbit hole. They're going to get into experiences where, they practice game for 5-10 years, and then they notice they're not getting any results, and then they notice, their friend who just went on a diet, lost weight, got in shape, never read anything on game, is seeming to get girls. And them, as 250-pound fat guys with the most game knowledge, they're not getting any results. So I think that's important. All right. That's that, guys. Thank you.